This is definitely the most enjoyable episode of Survival in the Wild. First, satisfy your craving with a whole serving of beggar's head. Look at this. It's been stewed until the bones and meat separate. The fragrance can be felt even through the screen. There's also a pot of stewed rabbit meat later. No seasonings are added to it. Ensure the original flavor. Take this bite. The gravy bursts between the lips and teeth. Good grief. This is not survival in the wild at all. It's just like having a party. The challenge has reached the 18th day. Kayla doesn't have much experience in shooting. Max intends to guide the teaching in person. In fact, there aren't many key points. Make sure that both hands do not shake when drawing the bow. Keep the eyes fixed on the target without moving. The most important thing is to relax mentally. As long as you practice more, you are sure to improve. Under Max's guidance, Kayla is getting closer and closer to the goal, but my body couldn't take it any longer. The hands have begun to tremble. I have no choice but to stop and rest for a while. If you want to stay longer in the challenge, it is necessary to obtain enough food. It's a pity that Laura's neck is injured and she can't move. Otherwise, Kayla wouldn't have been allowed to go hunting. Just do a simple decoration and then get started. Laura looked at that with great envy. I also really want to go hunting myself. If it were in the past, this minor injury would have healed long ago. But now there is insufficient food and one is tired every day. It is very difficult for the body to remain in a healthy state. If Max could hunt warthogs, believe that you will recover faster. I'm just afraid that it will affect the next challenge and I'll be eliminated. The doctor examined her. The situation has improved somewhat. Just do more exercise by moving around in daily life. It will naturally get better after some time. She said so, but Laura still had a worried look on her face. Parker was very happy about Germ's departure. There will be no more quarrels when doing things. Sure enough, it's the best way to solve the problem. It is to solve the person who causes the problem. Now, all that needs to be considered is how to deal with the challenges ahead. Once entering the knockout stage, Chris wasn't confident that she could defeat Parker. The situation was rather awkward. One should also try hunting oneself. Parker mustn't be allowed to dominate the bow and arrow. She also wants to show off her hunting skills. Let's practice archery shooting first, although I don't often use it, but the hit rate is indeed good. If one could encounter prey, he is confident that he can finish the hunt. Max mainly wants to catch a warthog and take it back. He carefully surveyed the nearby environment. There are many traces of pigs on the ground, and the shaded area here is suitable as an ambush point. Hurry up and set up this place. Although I got eggs to eat in the last challenge, but the body consumes too much energy every day. One must eat more meat to be satisfied, especially when everyone's weight drops. Who can hunt large animals? It is very helpful for challenges. I hope we can reach the finish line before the knockout stage. Only the Matt group has no worries about food. There are still some warthogs left from the previous hunt. Add the eggs obtained through the challenge. It doesn't matter to lie down every day. They really don't know how to lose. I can't wait to start the challenge earlier. Send the other contestants home early. I'm gonna get rid of this pig's head today. The fastest and most effective method. It should just be digging a pit and filling it with hot coal. Then wrap it with tree bark and roast it until done. The teammates were quite looking forward to it. Tracy thought Matt's wilderness survival skills were solid. With him around, the challenge is much easier. The knife taken down before was very sharp. Dealing with fur is quite easy. Even if there were another warthog now, it can also be processed quickly. Darling likes the pit cooking method very much. There are friends who have tried making beggar's chicken. Surely you know how delicious it will be made like this. It's a pity that the materials on site are limited. Otherwise, applying a layer of salt on the surface will make it more delicious. This process requires quite a lot of time. It can only be tasted the next morning. Although everyone works as a team, but there's only one bonus. So there's a teammate like Matt here. It's truly a love-hate relationship. Max finally waited for the prey to come. Just pick up the bow and arrow and aim at the target directly. It's a pity that the gap is quite large. This position is not as good as imagined. Next time, I have to try my luck in another place. The two were not in a good mood. Hope to get something to eat as soon as possible. The challenge has reached the 19th day. The Matt group is all waiting for the pig's head in the pit to be cooked. The fragrance was faint and indistinct. Everyone can't wait any longer. First, dig out this pig's head and have a look, although it is said to be wrapped in tree bark. But the aroma of the meat inside can still be smelled. Be very careful when breaking it open. Don't let the sand fall onto the meat. It can be seen that it is completely ripe inside. No seasonings were added at all. Retain the purest flavor of the ingredients. In an instant, I felt that the pig's foot rice in my mouth was no longer fragrant. No one can resist such deliciousness. Tracy has come to challenge so many times. This period of time has been the most comfortable. I really regret not having clung to Matt earlier. After having a full meal and drink, I felt that I was okay again. I can't wait to start the knockout stage. Max thinks hunting is difficult on his side. The safest way is still to go fishing. It's just that Laura and Kayla don't have the energy to help. All the pressure is on Mark's side. Kayla suddenly felt unwell, sloped down to the other side. The teammates were very worried about this. Laura came forward to see what was going on. Kayla felt a sharp pain in her hands for no reason. Then it spreads slowly to all parts of the body. The situation is getting more and more serious. Kayla felt that her body couldn't hold on any longer. A doctor needs to be called to come and have a look. Soon someone came for a brief inspection. The initial judgment is that it is a dehydration problem. It is also caused by insufficient physical energy. Of course, it cannot be ruled out that it is malaria infection. Laura looked uncomfortable. If Kayla is not feeling well, she will be eliminated. My neck was injured and hasn't healed yet. If you fail the challenge, you are very likely to leave directly. The doctor further examined and evaluated Kayla's condition. If you want to keep challenging, sufficient carbohydrates need to be replenished. Otherwise, one can only be forcibly persuaded to leave and go home. Kayla was in a very bad mood. It might be that I exerted too much force at the beginning. This has led to the body being unable to bear it now. For safety reasons, the doctor is going to offer some food to Kayla. Avoid the situation from deteriorating further. Monitoring will continue later. Once there's a problem, it will be carried away. It can be said that it was only a matter of time before Kayla left. Laura was thinking of collecting some berries for her to eat. Hope to recover my body better. Try to move quickly to avoid exposure to the sun. Fortunately, there are many convenient things to collect here. Although everyone is in a competitive relationship, but still hope to help each other. Let's face the challenges together, rather than trying to use underhand tactics to eliminate people. No wonder Laura can become a legendary player. This perspective has indeed been broadened. However, these berries are of no use. It's very difficult for Kayla to get better no matter how much she eats. Unless meat can be hunted for food now, and have enough rest time, if she still has a chance in the mat group. After all, they all hiccup from eating. The condition is extremely good. I have no intention of going out to explore any further now. Kill time with some trinkets at the camp. Darling was stunned. I didn't expect Matt to do handicrafts. It seems to be an instrument called nyo-ho. It can produce a deep and loud sound. In fact, it is carved into fan blades from wood. Bind and fix one side with a rope. It can make a sound when it swings at high speed. Matt has always wanted to have a try. Does everyone think he can succeed? Kayla and Laura went out for a walk to relax. By the way, find a place to go fishing and have a look. Hope to gain more. Let Kayla recover her health. Matt has already made it here. Let's listen together and see how it works. It can only be said to be somewhat useful, but not much. Tracy wasn't sitting there idly either. Go to other camps to gather intelligence. Take a look at your current state. Can one have a better chance of taking on the challenge than others? Kayla felt as if her head was about to explode. Just want to sit there quietly and have a rest. Suddenly, the voices of Tracy and Chris were heard. It's not clear either what they came here to do. There are only 4 female players left at present. Tracy wants to have a good communication. No female player has won the championship in this challenge before. Judging from the current situation, the most powerful one must be Laura. Next is Chris, but it's a bit difficult to beat the male players, especially that guy Matt. Tracy knew well how terrifying his strength was. If everyone can't unite together, this challenge is just a running mate. Laura doesn't want to be said to have survived by relying on men either. It would be best to find a way to eliminate them. A female champion emerged to showcase her strength. The idea is quite good. It's just that this difficulty is even harder than staying here for 100 days. It has to be said that Tracy is really good at causing trouble. One party turned into a confrontation between men and women. If the male players are really eliminated, Laura has a neck injury and Kayla is not feeling well. Chris doesn't have enough to eat, so Tracy has a great advantage. Sure enough, even surviving in the wilderness requires thinking. Do you all think there's a chance for a female champion to emerge? Chris was deeply troubled by Tracy's influence. She knows if the group advances to the knockout stage, the chances of winning against Parker are not high. We have to consider how to weaken our teammates. Suddenly, I found something moving among the reeds. Hurry up and go over to see what's going on. I didn't expect the Peppa family to push the ground there. It's still a bit far for her. It would be even better if it could be a little closer. Move slowly towards them. At present, the distance between the two sides is approximately 100 meters. Chris has to walk at least 30 meters to be sure. The warthog was still leisurely and didn't detect any danger. If she got any closer, there would be no shelter. I had no choice but to get up slowly from behind and aim. Unfortunately, the target was not hit. If it were Matt, I think it would work. It's getting late either. It's time to go back to the camp and have a rest. Kayla is still in good spirits here. It's just that the body still feels very tired. The new challenge is only in 1 or 2 days. If it's still teamwork, 2 wounded people are here. Max thought it was time for the knockout stage. If men and women are divided into groups and compete individually, I still have a little hope of winning the first place. Everyone was so anxious that they couldn't sleep. Laura wants to cook the remaining eggs and eat them. Max doesn't agree with this approach. What everyone needs is meat. It's no use eating too many eggs. I'll go hunting by myself tomorrow. Hope everyone can calm down. This egg is eaten with meat. Only then can it play the greatest role. I wonder if the 2 of them took it to heart. Anyway, go to bed early and don't discuss it anymore. The challenge has reached the 20th day. Max went out before dawn. He hopes to hunt head pigs, enable teammates' bodies to recover. If it weren't for running into Matt last time, I quite have a chance to get the foo myself. There is still food to eat in Matina. I should go hunting by myself today. As long as one can encounter prey, there's still quite a chance to carry it home. The traces near the lake are still very fresh. Max is full of confidence now. Kayla is in much better condition, as long as it is not vigorous exercise. Some simple things can still be done. It's just that they didn't bring anything. Run to find other female players. It seems as if they are going to abandon Max. Invite Tracy to act together soon. This really stunned Matt and Darling. When did women get along so well? Parker saw Chris join in as well. He smelled the smell of conspiracy. Come to Matt for communication. Sure enough, all the female contestants gathered together, although there's only one champion. But there are 3 final challenge spots. Dividing up so quickly is not a good thing. It was Max who made efforts to go hunting outside, thinking of ensuring that teammates can eat and drink well. I was busy all morning, but got nothing. When I came back, my teammate was gone, and all the equipment is on one's own bed. Could it be that I've been abandoned? This feeling is simply terrible. The female players gathered again. I originally thought they were going to form a team. Eliminate the male players as soon as possible. Who would have thought that they were discussing going home together? Tracy clearly clung to Matt's lap. It is certain to persist longer than other contestants. There is only one problem champion. She thought she couldn't make a successful comeback. Judging from the challenge projects of previous years, the female players have no advantages here, even if the survival skills are excellent. Nor can it make up for the insufficiency of strength and speed. The current state of Laura and Kayla. It is even more impossible to achieve a comeback. So it's better to go home early for treatment. At least I can come to participate again next time when there is a challenge. This is also the first time the program team has encountered such a thing. The female contestants will collectively discuss withdrawing. Only Chris remains silent in front of the camera. Tracy thinks this is the power of women. It's impossible to be set up by capital. Chris was struggling all by herself. She knows that it will be very difficult for her to compete against male players. But it's a pity to just go home like this. It takes some time to think calmly. Laura and the others returned to this side of the camp. The male contestants were completely puzzled about this. Have no idea at all what will happen next. Kayla won't keep you in suspense anymore. They're going to withdraw from the challenge collectively. I wonder how Chris is thinking about it. Kayla's body couldn't adapt to the intense challenge confrontation. Laura herself doesn't like competition. Winning will surely bring joy and happiness. But it's very sad to see others leave. It is not suitable for this kind of challenge. Tracy is simply a vegetable. There is no way to win the bonus. It's better to go home early, wash up, and go to sleep. This undoubtedly speeds up the progress of the challenge. Among the remaining players, Matt is the strongest. He has a good chance of winning the championship. The most desperate one is Max. All the teammates gave up the challenge after the hunt. It is hoped that the program team can change the rules. Laura and the others have thought about it for a long time. No matter who comes to persuade, it's no use. What else can men say? All I can do is wish them to get well as soon as they return. Watch others leave here. The male contestants could no longer hold back their emotions. I wonder how Chris is thinking. Parker still hopes that she can stay. Chris thought for a long time. She knows in the wilderness survival challenge, women are indeed naturally inferior to men, but it doesn't mean giving up the challenge. I want to make one more effort myself, even if it's just a running companion in the end. I also want to make a good effort in front of the camera. So she's going to keep challenging until being eliminated and going home. It has to be said that Chris is much more stubborn. Even if everyone says she can't do it, as long as you believe you can do it, then I will keep going. Dreams still need to be had. What if it suddenly comes true one day? The program team has arranged to send Laura and the others home. The 3 of them felt much more relaxed. There is no regret for giving up the challenge. This is the result obtained after careful consideration. If it were you, you would do it for one. Will the challenge that is impossible to win continue? Anyway, they're not willing to waste time. Sometimes giving up is more difficult than persisting. There is absolutely no need to risk one's life. What matters is this challenging process. What have I learned from it? Perhaps giving up is their last lesson. Anyway, after Laura and the other 2 gave up the challenge, only 5 people remain on the field. The program team definitely has to make temporary adjustments to the challenge plan. Otherwise, it will enter the final round all at once. The audience friends are not happy. The male contestants are not in a good mood, although only one person can get the bonus, but still want to defeat the opponent through competition and confrontation, rather than voluntarily giving up the challenge and going home. Chris is the only female contestant. The morale was quite high. Her current goal is to squeeze into the final round. This means that 2 people need to be eliminated. Parker saw his partner come back. I thought she was also going to say goodbye and leave. I never expected to keep going. Max felt even more uncomfortable when he saw this scene. One is under great pressure by oneself. The others are all 2-person groups. It's very likely that I will be eliminated in the next challenge. Although Parker likes to play tricks, but seeing others unwell, they left. The mood was extremely bad. He prefers to send people home in the challenge. Everyone is in a bad mood. There aren't many people left now either. It feels like we could form a team. Max appreciates Chris very much. If there are more cooperative challenges next time, I will definitely choose her as my partner. I have to face the challenges alone next. The mood was extremely low, but he won't give up the challenge. At worst, just consider it as participating in a naked version of living alone in the wilderness. No matter what, one must hold on until the end. The challenge has reached the 21st day. Max woke up and began to practice shooting. The condition is not very good. The arrows shot out all deviated from the range of the target circle. It's definitely not acceptable to go hunting today. The departure of my teammates has seriously affected my mindset. Recalling the previous challenges, partners will all leave oneself. I never expected that this time would be no exception. You need some time to adjust. However, the program team did not give this opportunity. A new round of challenges is about to begin again. From then on, I face the challenges in my personal capacity. It is unknown whether there will be personnel elimination. Anyway, take all the tools and head to the challenge point first. Darling felt that among the remaining contestants, only Matt poses the greatest threat. If he can be eliminated, my bonus is secure. Matt knows that everyone is very strong. So from then on, he went all out. Can everyone guess what will be compared this time? All the contestants have reached the challenge point. This time, it's about the hit rate of archery and the speed of handling prey. First, hit the bullseye 3 times. Then the hair was slit open. Different rewards will be obtained in the order of completion. It can be said that except for Chris, the others are all good hunters. It's all about who has a better feel. Good news, there was no personnel elimination this time. Everyone can relax a little. The bad news is that only the top 4 have food to eat. The last people will still have to go hungry. The contestants put all the tools in place first. Everyone has to rely on their own strength to get these back. The specific ranking rewards are as follows. The first place winner will not only get 2 tools. There's also rabbit meat and a piece of salt. In survival in the wild, salt is more precious than gold. The second place has 1 more tool than the following 3. It's best to strive for the first place and secure the second. Max especially needed that rabbit to fill his stomach. Otherwise, one will remain hungry for a long time. The body just can't stand it for long. It's just that his archery hit rate was very low in the morning. This challenge may not necessarily lead to a good ranking. Matt is full of confidence. I don't feel at all that I will lose. You should know that he is in this challenge. How many prey can be hunted with bows and arrows? I'm sure I'll take the first place. It's truly a case of some being happy while others are sad. Without further ado, the challenge begins right away. Everyone was sprinting over 100 meters. The gap before and after is not obvious. It mainly depends on who has a higher shooting percentage. Parker picked up the bow and arrow first have try. It's not easy to hit the moving prey. He is full of confidence in this target. The first arrow hit the target successfully. It feels wonderful. Max just picked up the bow, an arrow, and aim to shoot. It's a pity that the gap is quite large. If the condition doesn't improve, this challenge is dangerous. Darling wasn't in a hurry to act. Adjust your breathing first and then observe the target. Then shoot in one go. Good grief. It missed the target directly. The scene was quite embarrassing. Chris picked up the bow, an arrow, and shot. It also missed the target directly. So it makes no difference whether it is adjusted or not. Matt picked up the bow, an arrow, and aimed. It shot out only when the heartbeat rhythm slows down. This arrow is much closer to the bullseye. Just adjust your breathing slightly. Matt hit the target successfully with his second arrow. Parker became anxious when he saw that. He has to slow down. One can no longer be influenced by others. There's only the bullseye in the eyes. Darling found the rhythm and hit the target here. Chris was not willing to be outdone either. Successfully hit the bullseye. Only Max hasn't hit the target yet. Matt hit the second arrow first. It's as simple as breathing for him. This challenge is holding a handle and pinching, while I was still marveling at how amazing he was. Matt has completed the archery challenge, but Max didn't succeed with a single arrow. It's no use being anxious. One can only watch Matt deal with the rabbit. It can be said to be a crushing game, but he didn't relax. Still highly concentrated on the challenges. This first place is beyond doubt. Dealing with rabbits is not difficult. The limbs and head will be chopped off first, then peel off the fur completely. Throw away the unedible parts inside. In this way, the challenge is considered completed. Matt has a quick handling tip. There's a cut in the bottom of the rabbit. Then wave it like him. The internal organs will be squeezed out. Next, peel and cut off the feet. It was completed in less than a minute from start to finish. This is really too proficient. Matt easily won the first place. Now we can see how the other contestants perform. At present, only Parker has hit the second arrow and is slightly ahead. And Max hasn't found the feeling yet. My mindset was completely broken. It feels as if the arrow is getting farther and farther away from the target. He is already a little inclined to give up the challenge. The more anxious everyone is, the lower the hit rate will be. Chris just picked up the bow and arrow and shot. Try to increase the frequency of archery to take a chance. She didn't believe that she couldn't hit a single arrow. Parker didn't look at how the other players were. Have been concentrating on archery all along. Each adjustment is closer to the bullseye, with Parker's continuous efforts. Finally, the third arrow was hit. Run to deal with that rabbit at once. If there are no unexpected circumstances, the second place goes to Parker. However, there was an explosion on Chris's side. Hit 2 arrows in a row to complete the challenge. Run over immediately to deal with the rabbit. It's really hard to say for the second place. Chris made a cut in the middle. Just peel off the fur directly. Parker still dealt with it conventionally starting from the tail. It is much slower than Chris in speed. Parker was still thinking about going faster. Chris has begun to deal with the inside. Darling and Max are still struggling hard. There is only one rabbit left. Whoever hits 3 arrows first wins. Originally, the gap between the two sides was not very large. Darling suddenly hit the target with an arrow. Max was in a state of utter collapse. It feels like there's no chance to overtake. This statement hasn't been finished yet. Darling has completed the archery challenge. Max is in really bad condition. Not a single arrow hit the bullseye. I still have to go hungry today. The mood was extremely low when Darling came to deal with the rabbit. The other two haven't finished yet. Does everyone think he has a chance to overtake? The peeling speed is very fast. And also clean the interior, by the way. Parker has only a little left. He wasn't in a hurry because of Darling's pursuit. Finish dealing with the rabbit at your own pace. Successfully won the second place. Chris also finished the processing at this time. Be able to rank third among a group of men. I was extremely excited. Show the power of women well in front of the camera. I am becoming more and more confident about the challenges. It's a bit of a pity for Darling. If the archery challenge is completed faster, he still has a chance to overtake. Max could only look at the rabbit enviously. He came last in his first challenge, and it's even in archery. I felt a bit embarrassed. Matt took the knife and the bow and arrow, plus a bag of salt and a rabbit. It feels like life is wonderful. Parker chose fishing gear and bows and arrows. His goal is very clear. He just wants to get more food. Chris chose fishing gear. Darling must have wanted that bow and arrow. Among the remaining tools, only animal skins are slightly better. Max had even less chance of obtaining food. I'm already considering whether to give up the challenge. The contestants returned to the camp and began to have a big meal. Each person has a rabbit and is in a good mood, especially Chris. After defeating Max and Darling, the whole person was extremely inflated. I'm glad I didn't quit the challenge. Otherwise, this glorious moment will be lost, as required by the program team. Matt can't share the salt with others. He could only pour it into the pot and stew it with tears in his eyes. This can enable the body to restore energy quickly. It is simply more precious than gold in the wild. Darling was thinking of cooking next door. I hope to get a little salt flavor in it. Matt said, "Why is Darling daydreaming?" The rabbit soup on Parker's side has been finished. The original flavor is the most superior. They were so delicious to eat. Matt thinks it tastes more delicious after adding salt. There's a feeling of being home. I'm almost moved to tears. Only Max enjoys hunger and loneliness alone. He doesn't know how the subsequent challenges will be. Anyway, I just can't hold on any longer. One can only sit there and doubt life. Suddenly, a pig came out. If that bow and arrow were still there, how could it be possible to let it go? Max tried close combat. Piggy doesn't give any chance at all. The heart that was already broken broke even more. To their surprise, the program team has sent the scroll again. Next, we need to head to a new area. The water source over there will be more abundant. It is surrounded by lakes. Wild boars and deer can be seen everywhere. It is just vulnerable to strong winds. The smell was detected before the person arrived. It takes some luck to get close to the prey. Everyone has packed up their things and headed for the destination. There are new scrolls here again. Next, it needs to be divided into 2 teams. Choose different places respectively. Everyone decided on the camp after a brief discussion. I just don't know who I'll be teammates with. Max was already quite pitiful. I never expected that there would be another accident now. The feet were instantly scalded, although it has been dealt with urgently. But still let the doctor come and have a look. The current situation is not too bad. Help clean and bandage it. This will also have some impact on the subsequent challenges to some extent. It feels like everything is over. Parker saw quite a few prey appear on the road. Pick up the bow and arrow immediately and try to shoot, although it didn't hit the mark. But I'm confident that I can hunt it later. Chris met Matt to form a new team. This means a pair of Parker and Darling. I just don't know which team Max will go to, judging from his current state. I don't know if I can hold on until the next challenge. Let's wait and see together.